we have some really terrible news coming out of the Supreme Court. So first of all, they just ruled 5-4, I believe it was, that it was 5-4. It was 5-4 that government workers are not required to pay their union dues. And this is terrible because it's going to absolutely maim and destroy, I repeat, maim and destroy public unions. And so bargaining for governmental workers is going to go down because now they're going to have less money, so it's going to make them basically defunct. And so it's fucking terrible. But we have even worse news. Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy has announced his retirement. So as the article that I'm going to read to you goes on to say, it talks about how he was sworn under during Reagan's presidency, and he turned out to be a centrist. He was sort of the center vote. He was the only reason that Obamacare survived the Supreme Court, and he was also the justice that flipped that allowed gay marriage to become legal. So that's pretty damn significant. It says, from the Hill, this says, Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy announced on Wednesday that he is retiring after more than 30 years on the court, a long time, kicking off what is sure to be a vicious confirmation battle. Kennedy informed the president of his decision effective July 31 in a letter which the court spokeswoman said he personally delivered to the White House on Wednesday afternoon. Quote, it has been the greatest honor and privilege to serve our nation in the federal judiciary for 43 years, 30 of those on the Supreme Court. Kennedy added that while his family was willing for him to continue to serve, his decision to step aside was based on his deep desire to spend more time with them. Kennedy, who turns 82 in July, is the court's longest-serving member and second oldest justice after its leading liberal Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who is 85. Speculation that Kennedy was thinking about retiring started circling last term and gained steam this year. Some Republicans on Capitol Hill even claimed it was a definite, while others urged him to announce as soon as possible to give the GOP time to confirm his replacement before the midterm elections in November. It says, nominated by former President Reagan and confirmed in 1988, Kennedy has made a name for himself as a moderate and a pivotal swing vote on the court. So here's what's happening. As we know, Merrick Garland was completely blocked. There wasn't even a hearing held because the Republicans blocked him for over a year. In President Obama's turn, they said, we need to allow the voters to express their opinions on whether or not this person should be, nominated. So, what is the logical, consistent thing to do now? We have the midterm elections coming up. Let's hear what the voters have to say about this. But Mitch McConnell wants to have the confirmation held in the fall. I thought you have to be consistent. Let's hear out what the voters' opinion is on this. Or are you just a partisan hack? Of course you're a fucking partisan hack. We need to block the shit out of this nomination. I am serious. I'm hoping we get enough to where we can, if we can get, as many senators as possible, it's going to be, sort of difficult. We have a lot of Democrats defending their position. But hopefully we can get enough to be able to filibuster so that we can, we won't need a filibuster. We'll just be able to hold a no vote, which have all of us. Again, it'll take a lot of unison, which is going to be hard because we have Joe Manchin and these other douchebags. But Democrats need to stop being little bitches. They need to step up to the plate and say, fuck you, we're not going to let you get this Supreme Court justice in. You blocked Merrick Garland for over a year, which is an insane amount of time. That's a whole fucking year? Do you have any idea how long that is? That's so long for a president not to be able to do his job. So let's stay logically consistent, okay, because this is far less than a year. The November elections are far less than a year away. That's almost half of that. You know what I mean? So we're like half a year away. Let's stay logically consistent and let's see what the voters say. But the Democrats better not be little bitches. They better block this shit because they need to step up to the plate and really get down. Okay, get down. You know what I mean? So they need to block this, and they should block this, is what I'm saying. Okay, they have to do this. They must do this. This is a must.